Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks bringing you the daily Apple report for Thursday, July 27th, 2023. Before we click through all the charts, just want to encourage you to please click like if you haven't already. Also, subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel and share the content if you would with friends and colleagues. And please check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos just like this. Daily analysis in the SPY and the Triple Q, weekly analysis in the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, and the long bond ETF, the TLT, as well as two individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor, always looking for 20% moves on those underlying stocks. Just today, put out Boeing and Biogen, two individual stock picks. When I say today, I'm actually talking Wednesday because we record these after the closing bell on Wednesday for Thursday's trade. So this is a report for Thursday. I just want you to know that if you want to take a look at some fresh Biogen and Boeing analysis, we have those there. We offer a 5-day free trial with your subscription. So, if you don't like it within 5 days, you can bow out at any time for no cost whatsoever. So on to the charts. Big picture reminder that, several months ago, 2.5 months ago or so, we settled above this long-term channel top at 169.34, then indicating 223.27 as our next long-term objective that may well be realized by the end of the year. In fact, that's what I'm continuing to say. I still think it's in reach by the end of December. Now, in the interim, we've been trading inside of this pretty well-defined channel structure, the top of which at 202.64 we tested several weeks ago and fell off. On each test of these extremes, you can then prepare for the other side. So in other words, once we tested 202.64, I was mentioning the channel base at 190.33. That's where it is today. Within a couple of weeks of doing so, we came close to doing that. We also last week came very close to testing the channel top again. So we are inside of this range of 190.33 base to 202.64 ceiling. We could continue to trade inside this area well into August trade. 190.33 is considered stronger than 202.64 on account of that long-term buy signal and expectations for longer-term bullish continuation. And while we're looking at this chart, just want to mention that if over the next few weeks we close above 202.64, we enter another meaningful phase of buying that should play out over the following 2 to 3 weeks or so to the 214.54 channel top. That is stems off of the January low, and that is actually coinciding by the end of August with the 223 channel top anyway. So as I've been saying, there's a case to be made that if we were over the next few weeks to close above 202.64, you can set yourself up for that 223.27 long-term target. In other words, if we were to close above 202.64 over the next couple of weeks, I'd recommend reaching for 225 out of the money calls that don't expire for at least several months. Until then, this is our range as we move into August trade. Let's take a closer look at the day itself, and I'll mention that we are continuing to hold this channel bottom that under other circumstances would be considered kind of a 3-star support level, but I don't like to tighten things up that closely. 193.29 still considering an intraday support level. This is very well suited for day traders, as is 195.10. Now we pushed through the high of that low. Actually, that is the high settlement price so far. Sorry, 195.10 is also just above the high of the low. So if we were to close above 195.10, I do think that the 202.64 channel top in reach by the end of next week, perhaps. It would be a nice rally into the 201, 202 handle where we could actually top out on a weekly basis and perhaps fall back into the low 190s again within several weeks. But back to this image, holding below 195.10 will keep 193.29 in reach, where we can bottom out on an intraday basis, possibly for the day itself. Well suited both levels for day traders. If we break 193.29 today, then I do think that 190.35 level is likely. This is a meaningful sort of 3 or 4 week channel bottom in itself, and it lines up very nicely right now with that previously mentioned 190.33 area. So they are right on top of each other right now. This area, an intraday target, if we break today below 193.29, the 190.35 190.33 to 190.35 region, able to absorb selling through August trade. And from here, we can rally back to, you guessed it, the 202.64 channel top within several weeks of doing so. So if we test 190 handle support, you may reach for 202, 203, 205 out of the money calls that don't expire for at least several weeks. I'd go a month out on that anyway. Inversely, if we close today below 190.33, that indicates a good high into later August. Over the next 2 to 3 weeks, I would anticipate bearish continuation to 175.58 to 177.93. 175.58 is an extreme channel bottom that incorporates trade since the January low, and 177.93 is a rising one-third speed line. Both trend defining in their own right, both forming a range of meaningful longer-term support that may well contain selling through the rest of the year. And from here, we can recover nicely to new highs within a matter of a month or two of testing 175.58 to 177.93. I will mention, if we do close today below 190.33, and if you're long the 205 or 220 out of the money calls, I don't know about those 220s. I think they're ultimately going to be reached. Depends on when their expiration is. But if you're long the 205 calls with an expiration over the next few weeks, my suggestion is to cover those out of the money calls and reach for, 175 or 180 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least a month, because I think that would be the play to the downside, where once again we can bottom out, I'd say, through the rest of the year, given the long-term buy signal that still exists following that settlement several months ago above the 169.34 formation. I think I have said it all for the day. I'm going to leave you with this image here. This is sort of the big picture, the 2 to 3 week outlook. I'll leave it at that. You have a great day. Please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com.